Thank you guys for coming back to the channel. This is the Stage of Media channel where, one, my name is Sean. Two, on this channel we talk about and mess with my car. I have a G35, Infiniti G35 Coupe, and I do stuff to it to make it look cool, basically. Today's video, there's a little bit of backstory to this because today's video is something that I've done before and I wasn't happy with it, right? So I kind of left it alone because, you know, on some like whatever, it'll get done. It's funny, I recorded it with my brother. My brother Miguel, Mike, is the one that has the orange Mustang. And he was here, we was able to do it. And the way we did it, it just didn't work out right. Let me turn the camera around so you can see what I'm talking about. So let's go. So what I'm talking about, guys, is my roof. If you guys, or if you're new to the channel, you wouldn't know. A lot of my older viewers that's been watching my channel for a little minute has known that I've had issues with both the fading and the rusting on the because of the sun damage on the trunk, which I think a lot of older G35s have, unless you're like super babying it and your car is in a garage somewhere. I'm pretty sure that at least 95% of y'all have either the roof or the trunk. I said roof, I don't know, you know what I mean, the trunk or the roof fading due to just basically sun damage. A good example of that would be, if you can see how that hood, this is my stock hood. This is how my roof and my trunk looked right there. This is how it looked. Even worse on my roof and my trunk. So thank goodness I was able to get my carbon fiber so I can be able to get rid of that, because it was just such an eyesore for me. I feel like if every time I saw it, I know everybody's seeing it. You know what I mean? But the thing that I was really like trying to get rid of, in terms of being an eyesore, was the roof. The roof was just terrible. You know, in my beginnings of rapping and all that stuff like that, like this was probably the biggest part that I've ever wrapped on the car. Like I've wrapped, you know, the door handles, this little back mud guard stuff, you know, even these inside door handles as well, you know, minor stuff. Matter of fact, even my center console is wrapped in carbon fiber, right? 7D carbon fiber. So when I first started the roof, I was a little skeptical because I'm like, okay, I know I gotta take it, I know I gotta buff it and sand it down to the metal. Let's see how it'll work, right? So when I did it, it didn't come out as good as I thought. And the thing is, it still had pieces of blotted paint that was still rusted. So when we put the wrap on the roof, we ended up picking it back up, and that just pulled up so much roof material, you know, from the car. So we ended up just saying, screw it, just place it back down. I didn't have any more wrap, so I was like, either I run the risk of having bare metal on the roof, and then it rains, and then it gets worse, and then rust comes, and I just didn't want to have to, you know, deal with all that. Or I just put it back and just kind of let it be. You know, as you can see, you could just see the crinkles and the wrinkles. It just wasn't what I thought it would have looked. Again, that comes from just complete inexperience, and this is why I tell you guys, sometimes you're gonna have to mess up, you know, and it's gonna cost you, you know, because this cost me a pretty penny just off this one piece of wrap alone, this gloss wrap alone. I think it was like 50 something bucks. I think it was like a 5 by 4 foot or 4 by 4 by 5 foot, something like, either way, 4 by 5 foot piece of wrap that was like 50, 60 bucks. So I messed that up, right? So now next time I was like, you know what, the next time I get it, I'm gonna do it the right way, because this was such a teacher. If you guys saw in my other video where I was preparing for my first car show, you guys would know that I did all this. You know, this was another big piece that I wrapped as well. I did the spoiler, the stock spoiler, all in carbon fiber as well. It's not light, the light's not really catching it, but you know, and I wrapped the trunk as well in black, gloss black to match with the car. So everything came out pretty well. It's just that this is just such an eyesore for me. So we're gonna knock this out, y'all. All right, let's go. As you can see, guys, from basically pulling it off, you can start, you start seeing how the rust and everything started to really, take effect on the car. But like I say, after kind of perfecting more and more, taking on bigger tasks with my wraps, I'm finally figuring out how to really get this thing to look the way it's supposed to. So all this little speckled paint that's being pulled up, that's gonna be all gone. All of it's gonna be gone. So, but yeah, this is again, this is all inexperience, y'all. This is all inexperience. Sometimes, like I tell you guys, sometimes you gotta mess up a couple times, and you gotta, and sometimes, we don't want to mess up, because, when you mess up, that's costing you money, because you done spent XYZ on, a bunch of wrap, and then you mess up, and then now you're mad at yourself because you messed up. But again, thing is about failures is that you learn from them. You learn from every mistake you make, so that now you're more cautious to never make that same mistake again. So go ahead and keep messing up, y'all. You know what I mean? You can only get better in whatever it is you're trying to do. I'm gonna mask this off with my masking tape all around these areas, so that I don't end up, sanding the wrong thing, which I've done before. I've actually sanded certain pieces. If you can see right there, me again, inexperience, I've actually sanded some really good areas because I was, thinking I can do it without having to mask anything, and so said so it was. But anyway, next clip you guys will see will be this all gone, and I'll start the process on sanding and buffering. All right, let's go. All right, guys, so I went ahead, masked off both this is what I was telling you guys also about my sunroof. So I open it up. This is when I have it to open, this is as far as it opens. And when I close it, it closes and goes up. It does not do anything else other than this. So I'm looking for a G35 sunroof motor. Hopefully I can find one soon. Good thing I'm in a garage, so it's not like the car is out there to the elements or whatever. If it rains, all that good stuff. But still, I need a motor. Anyway, as you can see, I masked off any possible area that the sander that I have won't kind of over sand into either my sunroof spoiler or on the actual side moldings of the car. So I'm gonna get going. Let's get this started. Oh, Jesus. So 2 hours later, and a lot of elbow grease, and moving the car around so I can, because I don't, my extension cord couldn't move around the way I needed to. Finally done. It don't look like it's smooth, but it's smoother than eggs. Super smooth. Everything is completely, perfectly smooth. So that's what I want. So what I also did, and here's my look. It's actually raining. If you guys can see, it was actually raining outside, so I had to close that because I don't want any moisture in the air kind of really agitating the rust that was already starting to develop on the roof. But I also sprayed some alcohol to wipe off all the dirt and debris, and I'm taking some 100% acetone to kind of get rid of whatever oil from my fingers and dust that could be remaining on the roof. Once that's done, and I put the prep the roof to be okay to start putting the wrap on, then we're gonna start putting the wrap on. So looks pretty good, yo. I went through like 3 pads on my my sander, but because this section that was here, this right here was the hardest. I don't know what it was. That old paint was on there tight as hell, boy. Golly. All right, guys, so here we go. We have the roof finally done. As you guys can see, it took a little bit of time. But I had Mom's here to help me out, because she's the realest person I know. So she helped me out with it. If I tell you one thing, just wrapping the roof alone, seems simple enough, but man, it can really take a lot out of you, really. Cause like, you gotta watch out for the bubbles. Thank goodness I had a heat gun to be able to, get it the right way. But if you look at how it was before to now, like it looks good. It looks really, really good. So right now it looks kind of smudgy and dirty because you're trying to put the whole the bubbles out, so it looks dirty. So now I'm gonna take the car outside there and give it a nice little wash. Because I'm going to Tampa tomorrow for summer vibes. So hopefully you guys will come along with me and see the content, see some cool cars down in Tampa. And it's a bunch of us going. It's about 8-9 of us going. So it's gonna be dope. But there you go, guys. So let me close out the video. All right, guys, so that's it. Pretty self-explanatory video. Sanding the rest, it took a little bit of elbow grease on that one. Like it really did, just kind of getting it off. Like there were certain spots on the roof that was like super, super hard, like towards the center area. And, but I got it off. I took it straight down to the metal. So I'm really, really excited for that actually worked out the way it did. And I'm actually surprised that it actually looks really good. This vinyl, is like really, really close to the actual original black. Like I've got black vinyl before and it was kind of like a shade off, like a really subtle shade off of the glossy black, but this one is like perfectly glossy black. So I'm gonna make sure I save this particular Amazon link. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put in the description the actual Amazon link for this particular gloss black. So if you're looking for a gloss black that's pure, perfect gloss black, it'll be down in the description, guys, for you guys, all right? But yeah, with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the content. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry I've been a little late with the videos. I've been kind of doing a lot of things behind the scenes, but they're coming. As you guys, this video is probably gonna come after my last few videos. I did part 3. I did 3 parts to those videos. Where I go to my car gets registered to a car show. So that was actually pretty long and expensive. But yeah, I'm coming back with the videos, guys. Stay with me. As always, like I say, like, comment, share, subscribe is probably the most important thing you guys can do for the channel. Get me to 2K. Get me to 2,000 subscribers, guys. I mean, we right there. Share my content. That'll be fantastic if you guys can do that for me. Aside from that, hope you guys enjoyed the content. As I always say, stay humble, stay grateful, and most importantly, stay driven. 1.